Not every Tetra is your friendly, peaceful tank mate. Some are S-tier swim champs, while others belong in an F-tier fight club. And let's be real, picking the right fish is harder than choosing out an outfit for a viral TikTok. So, is your Tetra of choice a dream or a disaster? Let's find out. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Buenos Aires Tetra. The gold neon Tetra is like the low-key glow-up version of that classic neon Tetra. Imagine the same sleek body shape, but dipped in liquid gold, making them shimmer in the water with an almost magical glow. This isn't just for aesthetics though. The gold coloration actually comes from a genetic mutation that enhances their iridescence. This makes them stand out even in dim lighting, and unlike their standard neon counterparts, which have been overbred into near fragility, gold neons are hardier and more forgiving in different water conditions. They can handle the occasional water parameter slip up, which is a blessing if you're, not the most on top of it fish keeper. Their temperament's chill, vibing best in a well-planted tank with peaceful tank mates who won't mistake their glitter for a snack. They school beautifully, and when they move in unison, it's like a synchronized light show inside your aquarium. Beginner friendly? Definitely. They don't demand high maintenance care, but they still appreciate stable water conditions and good filtration system. With their slightly tougher constitution and stunning appearance, gold neons hold a respectable position in the B tier, balancing aesthetics and care level without being overly demanding. The ruby Tetra is the definition of understated elegance. At first glance, they don't scream "look at me," but under the right lighting, their ruby red bodies glow with an intensity that can rival even the flashiest of fish. This color deepens when they're happy and healthy, which makes them an excellent indicator of your tank's overall condition. If your ruby Tetra looks dull, something's off. They thrive in black water setups, which mimics their natural Amazonian habitat with soft, slightly acidic water and plenty of leaf litter. This environment not only brings out their best coloration, but also keeps them stress-free. These little fellas are peaceful, but they do appreciate their own space, preferring to hang out in small, tight-knit groups rather than massive schools. They don't do well with aggressive tank mates either, so choosing equally mellow companions is key to keeping them comfortable. They're not as common in the hobby as neons or cardinals, which makes them a bit of a hidden gem, pun intended. But because of their peaceful nature, ease of care, and that gorgeous red hue, they land solidly in the B tier. A perfect pick for aquarists looking for something unique but not overly complicated. Alright, let's talk about an absolute legend. The black neon Tetra is hands down one of the most reliable, fuss-free, and straight-up good-looking Tetras in the hobby. You know those people who just exude main character energy without even trying? That's black neons. Their sleek, high-contrast look, a black body with an electrifying neon stripe, gives them a subtle but powerful presence in any tank. They don't need to scream for attention, they just have it at that natural level. Beyond aesthetics, these fish are ridiculously hardy too. While other Tetras might throw a tantrum over minor fluctuations in water quality, black neons take it in stride. They're the type to just roll with the punches, making them perfect for both beginners and seasoned fish keepers alike. They're peaceful, they get along with pretty much any non-aggressive tank mate, and they school beautifully. Oh, and another bonus, they're active but not chaotic. Some fish dart around like they're chugging an energy drink, but black neons have this smooth, mesmerizing movement that makes watching them borderline therapeutic. They handle a variety of tank conditions with grace, and they don't come with the drama that some of their Tetra cousins bring. For their unbeatable combination of beauty, hardiness, and peaceful nature, they confidently claim their spot in the S tier. One of the best Tetras you can get, period. Okay, straight up here, this fish is unhinged. The Exciton Tetra, also known as the bucktooth Tetra, has a reputation that's well deserved. You know how some fish are just misunderstood? Yeah, not this one. This fish is exactly as wild as people say it is. With a face that looks permanently ready to throw hands, or fins maybe, these guys are straight up aquatic chaos. They don't just nip, they bite, and hard. Exciton Tetras have actual teeth, which they use to shred anything they can sink them into. They're infamous for attacking cichlids, yes, you read that right, cichlids, tearing fins, and generally making tank life a horror movie for any unfortunate fish housed with them. If you thought keeping them in a large school might tame their behavior, well, think again, buddy. They just become a highly organized gang. You'd have better luck reasoning with a pack of piranhas than trying to make these guys behave in a standard community tank. Their aggressive tendencies and high maintenance care requirements make them a complete nightmare for the average aquarist. Seriously, they need dedicated species tanks with heavy filtration, a large swimming space, and 0 tank mates unless you're trying to watch an underwater version of Gladiator match. Because of their meme level hostility and extreme difficulty in keeping them, they land an easy F tier. An absolute menace to any community tank. Unless you're specifically into keeping murder fish, these guys ain't it. If the aquarium world had influencers, the Ember Tetra would be at the top of the list. Why? Because they're not just beautiful, they're practically glowing. Picture this, a tiny, vibrant orange fish that looks like it's been set on fire, but like in a good way. Their size is seriously tiny, making them perfect for nanotanks where space is a premium, but you still want some serious visual impact. These guys are super chill, mingling with other peaceful fish and generally being the good guy vibes of the tank. Their care, a breeze. They're adaptable to a range of water conditions, though they do best in soft, slightly acidic water that mimics their natural Amazon basin habitat. Because of their undemanding nature and their ability to bring a pop of color to even the smallest setups, they become extremely popular among aquarists from all walks of life. Easy to care for and peaceful to boot, Ember Tetras are a solid A tier choice for pretty much anyone who's into low maintenance, high impact aquarium fish. Alright, let's talk about a fish with some unique swagger, the Penguin Tetra. These guys swim with a purpose, and that purpose is to look like they're always leaning forwards. I'm not kidding. It's like they're perpetually curious about what's ahead. It's not just a quirky trait, it's their signature move. With a peaceful demeanor and a distinctive high-backed shape, they're the cool, calm, collected folks of the fish world. And caring for them is as straightforward as their swimming style. They thrive in a well-set-up medium-sized tank with plenty of room to school to show off their synchronized swimming skills. Their adaptability to various water conditions makes them a favorite among those who appreciate an easygoing fish that doesn't need a ton of babysitting. Due to their peaceful nature and cool aesthetic that they bring to a tank, they comfortably earn their spot in the B tier. Perfect for anyone who's looking to add some unique movement to their aquascapes without too much fuss. Neon Tetras used to be the poster child for beginner fish tanks, like the gateway fish that got everyone hooked, but here's the tea. They're not that easy peasy lemon squeezy choice that they once were. Thanks to overbreeding, these little fellas have become a bit delicate, prone to health issues that can turn the newbie aquarist dream into a bit of a nightmare. Despite the challenges, their popularity hasn't waned. Why? Because they're undeniably gorgeous, baby. With a bright blue line that lights up like a neon sign and a translucent body that practically glows under aquarium lights, they're aquatic eye candy. However, if you're just dipping your toes into the aquarium scene, you might want to proceed with caution. They require stable water conditions and a bit more care than they used to, which puts them at tier C. Stunning, yes, but maybe not the best choice for the faint-hearted beginner. Now for a fish that really knows how to light up a room, or at least a tank, the Glow Light Tetra. These guys are famous for their radiant stripe that shines like a neon light, running along their bodies and making them impossible to miss. They're the life of the party in any community tank, bringing that energetic vibe without the drama. And their popularity is not just about their looks, it's also about their robust nature. Glow lights are remarkably hardy, which makes them a top-tier choice for both newcomers and seasoned aquarists. And they love company. They thrive in groups where their schooling behavior can really shine, adding dynamics and movement to the tank. Social, hardy, and downright delightful, they easily secure a place in Tier A. They're the kind of fish that not only survive, but thrive in a community setting, making them a go-to for anyone looking to add some reliable brightness to their aquatic world. Ah, the Cardinal Tetra. Think of Neon Tetras, but make it more fashionable. These beauties take everything up a notch with their vibrant blue and red coloring that spans their entire body length, making them almost look like swimming jewels. But, don't let their stunning looks fool you. They're not for the faint of heart when it comes to care. Cardinals are a bit high maintenance. They need specific water conditions to really flourish. They prefer soft, acidic water, and they're quite sensitive to changes in their environment, which can be a bit of a challenge for those not used to tweaking and fine-tuning their tank parameters. While they share that same dazzling appearance as neons, they demand a bit more from their caretakers, landing them in Tier C. Gorgeous, yes, but they come with that caution label, best suited for aquarists ready to commit to their specific needs. The Rummy Notes Tetra is basically the canary in a coal mine for your aquarium. Their vivid red nose isn't just for show, it's a health indicator that can tell you, hey, your water's spot on, or uh-oh, something's not right here. See, when their noses are bright red, you know your water quality is on point. If that red starts to fade though, it's time to check your parameters. These little guys are like the living litmus test for your tank health, making them super valuable to any aquarist. But it's not all about their nose. Rummy-nosed tetras are incredibly social creatures. They thrive in groups and they're known for their tight schooling behavior, which is honestly mesmerizing to watch. They dart around their tank in perfect sync like they're choreographed swimmers in an Olympic routine. And this makes them fantastic for community tanks where their harmonious movements can really shine. Their need for company and their status as excellent water quality indicators easily secure them a place in the A tier. Perfect for anyone looking to add both beauty and a functional benefit to their aquarium. Regal by name and regal by nature, the Emperor Tetra brings a touch of majesty to any tank. With their iridescent bodies and delicate finnage, these tetras look like they swam straight out of a royal court. Their eyes, marked with a unique horizontal stripe, add an extra level of sophistication to their appearance, making them stand out in any aquatic setting. And despite their royal looks, emperors are pretty down to earth when it comes to care, actually. They're not overly demanding, but they do require a bit of attention to keep them healthy and happy. They're generally peaceful, but can show a bit of an attitude during breeding season, so it is crucial to keep an eye on the dynamics within the tank. Compatibility with other peaceful fish usually isn't an issue as long as everyone respects each other's space, but their moderate care requirements and dignified demeanor place them in Tier C. A noble choice for those ready to provide a bit more specific care to keep their royal highnesses thriving. Listen, if the aquarium hobby had a hidden gem, it would be the green neon. These tetras are like the underrated indie band that's just as good, if not better, than the mainstream ones. Less overbred than their more famous relatives, the green neons boost a vibrant, almost ethereal coloration that can light up any tank without the common health issues that we see plaguing their more popular counterparts. Green neons are adaptable, and they're relatively easy to care for too, thriving in a variety of water conditions. They're small and peaceful, making them ideal for community tanks where they can shimmer and shine without causing any drama. Their resilience and ease of care make them a standout option in the B tier. They're perfect for aquarists who love the look of neon tetras but want a fish that's a bit tougher and less fussy about their environment. Hear me out. Blue tetras are like that stunningly beautiful but oh so troublesome character in every drama series. Their deep blue coloring and active swimming make them a striking addition to any tank, but here's the catch. They can be fin nippers. And in a community tank, their nippy behavior can lead to tension and stress among tank mates, which is definitely not the vibe most aquarists are going for. While their bold color and dynamic presence are tempting, they require careful consideration of tank mates and plenty of space to roam. They're best suited for experienced aquarists who can manage their less than ideal social habits and provide them with an environment where they can flourish without causing chaos. You might have guessed it, but due to their challenging behavior, they land down in the D tier. Gorgeous to look at, but handle with care and maybe a little bit of caution tape. X-ray tetras are the cool sci-fi fish of the aquatic world. Their nearly transparent bodies give you a peek into the inner workings of a living creature, which is honestly as cool as it sounds. You can see their spine and swim bladder, which not only adds an educational twist to your tank, but also looks incredibly unique. These tetras are as peaceful as they are fascinating, making them excellent community tank members. They get along well with other non-aggressive species, often enhancing the calm dynamics of a well-rounded aquarium. Their see-through charm and easygoing nature make them a top pick for any aquarist looking to add a little something different to their setup. That intriguing appearance and peaceful demeanor secure them a spot, well-deserved I might add, in Tier A. A true conversation starter that's easy to care for and as cool as they are to watch. The Congo tetra is not just a fish, it's an aquatic spectacle. Known for their shimmering scales and flowing fins, they turn any tank into a living art display. With a color palette that includes deep blues, vibrant oranges, and glowing iridescent, these tetras are like the haute couture, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, it's that fancy, of the fish world, bringing elegance and flair wherever they swim. They're the ideal schooling fish for larger tanks where their dazzling group dynamics can truly be appreciated. Watching a school of these Congo tetras move through the water is akin to seeing a synchronized dance. I'm not kidding. each individual moving in harmony with the others. But it's not all about looks, people. Congo tetras are surprisingly easy to care for despite that exotic appearance. They are robust and adaptable, able to thrive in a variety of water conditions as long as they're well maintained. This combination of beauty and low maintenance care requirements makes them a perfect candidate for, yep, right up to the top, Tier S. They offer the best of both worlds, stunning visual appeal without the high-strung care demands that come with any other high-impact aquarium fishes. Scoot over, fancy pants. Red-eye tetras bring a touch of wild to any tank with their bright red eyes and energetic demeanor. These tetras have a spark of mischief in their behavior, often seen zipping around the tank with a curious and active presence. Their lively nature can be a delight to watch, but there's a caveat. They tend to nip at fins, especially in cramped quarters or when not in a sufficiently large group. To keep their nippy tendencies in check, red-eye tetras require spacious tanks where they can form large schools. The schooling not only helps dilute any aggressive behavior, but also enhances their natural beauty as they move in unison. However, their need for space and their somewhat finicky social dynamics place them down in Tier D. They can be a handful, requiring careful planning and management to ensure a harmonious tank. Black skirt tetras are the goths of the tetra family with their dark coloration and flowing finnage that gives them That gives them a distinctly dramatic look. However, their appearance isn't the only thing that's intense about them. They also have a reputation for being somewhat nippy, especially with fish that have long, flowing fins. Jealous much? Larger than many other tetra species, black skirts require a bit more room to maneuver and are best kept in groups to minimize aggression. They need a well-structured environment with plenty of hiding spots to reduce that stress and that territorial behavior. Their care needs, including a diet rich in variety and a tank setup that can accommodate that active swimming and social interaction, makes them a little more challenging to keep, thus placing them down in the D tier. They're fascinating fish, but they come with a set of requirements that might not be ideal for every aquarist. Green fire tetras are like the cool neon signs of the tank world, glowing with vibrant green hues that can just light up any aquarium. Their neon-like coloration's not just beautiful, but also quite unique in the realm of tetras, making them a popular choice for those looking to add some pizzazz to their setup. Despite that striking appearance, green fire tetras are moderately easy to care for too. I know. They adapt well to a range of water conditions and they're generally peaceful, making them suitable for community tanks with small to medium-sized fish. However, their care needs are not as simple as most beginner-friendly fish. They require consistent water quality and a balanced diet to maintain their best health and coloration. Therefore, they occupy Tier C, a solid choice for those with some experience in fish keeping who can meet their moderate care requirements. With their fiery red coloration, Serpei tetras are impossible to overlook. These small fish bring a burst of color to any tank, but they come with a temperament to match their vivid appearance. That's right, known for their aggressive tendencies, particularly when it comes to fin nipping, they're not the best candidates for a peaceful community tank. I know. They've developed a reputation for being the nippiest tetra in the hobby. Serpei tetras require careful consideration of tank mates and environmental conditions to prevent aggression. They're best kept with fish that can hold their own, and that won't be bullied or harassed. Additionally, they need a well-planned tank environment that includes plenty of space to swim and areas to claim as their own. The care challenges and specific behavioral traits that are needed to manage render them less than suited for casual hobbyists, placing them down in the E tier. They're stunning to look at, but man, they require a keen eye and a firm hand in tank management. Blind cave tetras are like the daredevils of the aquatic world. Not the stunt daredevil, I'm talking about the superhero. They're completely blind, but they somehow still manage to navigate their tank life. Like playing Marco Polo non-stop, except they never say polo. Wait, do they even say Marco? Their lack of vision is a result of adapting to life in complete darkness, which is cool in a sci-fi way, but brings up real ethical questions like, is it chill to keep a fish that can't see in a tank where its primary defense mechanism, nipping, might cause more harm than good? These guys are prone to fin nipping, which isn't exactly the community spirit you want in your tank. Ethically, it's a bit of a gray area, like should we be keeping pets that are at constant disadvantage or completely out of their natural element? Well, this, combined with their need for special care to avoid tank mishaps, puts them squarely in Tier E. They're unique, for sure, but their placement in a standard community tank is as questionable as pineapple on pizza. What do you think? Let me know. Black Phantom Tetras have that emo look that could totally belong on the cover of a My Chemical Romance album. They rock a dark, mysterious vibe with their deep colors and floating fins, but you know what? Don't let that brooding appearance fool you. They're actually pretty mild-mannered, like a Hot Topic worker, you know? Unexpectedly sweet. Anyways, these guys are all about that peaceful life, getting along well with other mellow fish in the tank. In fact, they thrive in a community setting where they can just float around, doing their thing without causing any drama. Just perfect for aquarists who appreciate both a striking aesthetic and a harmonious tank environment. The Black Phantom Tetra glides into Tier B with ease. They prove that you can't judge a fish by its fins, huh? Buenos Aires Tetras are the plant-based diet advocates of the fish world, except their version of plant-based is less about eating healthy and more about eating all of your healthy plants. If you've got that beautifully pristine planted tank, well, yeah, these guys will turn it into their personal salad bar faster than you can say kale smoothie. They're robust and hardy, sure, but their tendency to redecorate your aquatic garden by eating it places them in a rather niche category. Oh, it gets worse too. These guys are nippy AF, one of the worst among tetras. Their suitability really depends on having a tank setup that can handle their destructive dining habits, like maybe stick to plastic plants. Their problematic behavior in most planted tanks and their tendency to snack on fins is a pain. Buenos Aires Tetras find themselves in Tier F. F for stop freaking eating my plants. They're like the guests you don't invite back because last time they ate all your houseplants and they sucker punched your cat. Just me? Oh, okay. Bleeding Heart Tetras are basically the rom-com stars of the Tetra world. They sport a literal heart on their sleeve, or more accurately, their body, as if they're ready to star in The Notebook, Underwater Edition. But don't worry, unlike their drama-prone cousin, the Serpé Tetra, Bleeding Hearts are all about that peaceful, easy feeling. They play pretty well with others, making them great co-stars in any community tank. Their mellow nature and the unique lovable mark on their bodies make them a favorite among aquarists who are suckers for a good visual with a happy storyline. For their combo of standout looks and congenial personality, Bleeding Heart Tetras snag a spot in Tier B. They're like the good guys in any story, a bit mushy, totally endearing, and always welcome. Glowfish Tetras are like the living, swimming neon signs that could totally be the stars of an aquatic rave. Engineered to glow under black light, they bring the party to any tank. But let's talk about the whole genetic modification thing. It's like someone decided regular fish weren't cool enough and gave them a bio upgrade, which definitely splits opinions. Are we playing God or just spicing up our tank aesthetics? The whole GM, genetically modified status of glowfish brings them up to a buffet of ethical questions, like, is it fair to modify organisms just for appearance? Well, despite their undeniable wow factor, the tetras that have been bred as glowfish are one of the lower tier tetras like black skirts. So, you had one of the bad tetra, then you throw in a less hardy nature for being a literal lab experiment, and you get a creation that lands down in Tier D. Listen, they're perfect for those who love a bit of glow-in-the-dark action, but they come with a side of controversy that's pretty hard to ignore. So, what do you think? And how do you feel about this tier list? Are you triggered? Well, drop your gauntlet in the comments. Your feedback helps shape videos like this, so let me know which tier list you guys want to see next. Share your favorite tetra, tank mishap, or just experiences and stories. We've all been there. And if you want more aquatic adventures and the latest on fish care, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any underwater action. Thanks for watching. Keep those tanks thriving until our next deep dive.